Good morning. We ask for the health and safety of everyone that you please wear your mask throughout the ceremony and until you exit the building. Thank you for your cooperation. The University of Central Missouri's Fall 2020 Undergraduate Commencement exercises are about to begin. Please stand. This morning, we welcome all individuals who are receiving degrees from the University of Central Missouri's College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. We also welcome University of Central Missouri faculty here with us this morning. And now, we welcome the platform party. The Fall 2020 Undergraduate Commencement Ceremony for the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences is now in order. Please be seated. Members of the graduating class, Board of Governors, faculty, staff, students, family, alumni, and friends. My name is Dr. Shari Bax, Master of Ceremonies for the Fall 2020 Undergraduate Commencement and Vice President of Student Experience and Engagement. It's always a pleasure to have family and friends of UCM students visiting our campus. Welcoming you here this morning for these events is especially meaningful as we honor our graduates and celebrate their achievements. Commencement also provides an opportunity to recognize Central Missouri's outstanding faculty and staff who are dedicated to providing the highest quality education and to making a positive difference in the lives of our students. Would the representatives of the faculty please rise? Please join me in saluting our faculty with a round of applause. We would also like to thank Dr. Anthony Purcell and members of the UCM Wind Ensemble and Dr. Adams Roost and UCM's Concert Choir for their virtual musical performances this morning. Thanks also to Nexus Interpreting, who is serving as our sign language interpreter for this morning, and to our name readers, Dr. Aaron Scully and Dr. Elizabeth Stimpert. Lastly, a special thanks to the members of the Commencement Committee who spent many long hours planning this day, and to the many others that have helped to organize and plan this commencement. It is now my pleasure to introduce members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. With us this morning are two members of the University of Central Missouri Board of Governors. Please stand as I call your name. Governor John Collier of Weston and Governor Mary Danduran of Warrensburg. With us also are University President Roger Best, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs Phil Bridgman, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences Michael Sawyer, Distinguished Alumni Derek Wiseman, Faculty Senate President and Mace Bearer James Locke, and 2020 recipient of the Charno Award, Cole Fine. Please welcome them. Governor Collier, would you please bring greetings from the Board of Governors?
Thank you and good morning. Today is a great honor to represent the University of Central Missouri Board of Governors in welcoming the classes of 2020 to our undergraduate commencement ceremony. We deeply appreciate the hard work it took each of you to reach your graduation milestone. While we jointly celebrate your accomplishment, we're very grateful to your family and friends who are here to share this special day in your life and in the history of UCM. As the university prepares for its 150th anniversary in 2021, there is no doubt 2020 will be remembered as an extraordinary year in our long tradition of serving students. It's exceptional because of the outstanding work of our faculty, staff, and students who have pushed forward to provide an outstanding educational experience despite the challenges that have been posed by the pandemic, which has impacted everyone. We owe a debt of gratitude to our UCM community members who turned obstacles into opportunities that have made it possible for us to be here to celebrate your success as graduates on this important day. The diploma you receive through your graduation is representative of your dedication in preparing for a professional career. It also represents the many experiences and friendship you formed, which have greatly enhanced your value of your UCM degree and will serve you well in the days, months, and years that follow your graduation. Many of you are leaving here with life lessons you gained from engaging with faculty and staff members who cared about you as a student. Perhaps they touched your life by enhancing the depth and breadth of knowledge as a student at UCM. Our hope is that you will take what you've learned with these experiences and pay it forward to benefit others through your mentorship, encouragement, and support. May the learning you've experienced at UCM provide you with tools you need to fulfill your lifelong career. May it also provide you with a sense of purpose and perspective. Earning a college education is going to open many doors, but the real work, that which will change your life and the lives of others, doesn't stop outside the halls of UCM. In the words of one of the university's most famous alumni, Dale Carnegie, knowledge isn't power until it is applied. Congratulations, class of 2020, and best wishes for a bright and successful future. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor Collier. It is now my pleasure to invite the University of Central Missouri's 16th president, Dr. Roger Best, to come forward and give his remarks.
"67 months ago, I sat in an exam room with an oncologist that I barely knew. As he looked at my scan results, he said, 'You have cancer, and it's stage 4. In that very surreal moment, I had but one simple question: what's my prognosis? His reply: if we do nothing, you have 10 to 12 months to live. For treatment and surgery, you can expect an average of 29 months. In the days that followed, as I reflected on his words, I realized that I faced a distinct set of choices. There was no way to know what the perfect choice might be, but in those moments of reflection, I resolved that I was not ready to be done. I didn't know the outcome or what it all might entail, but I was not ready to be done. And thanks to the support and prayers of family and friends, an incredible medical team, and tremendous grace from the God that I serve, I stand here today. Now, don't get me wrong. Making such a resolution didn't ensure an easy path. What followed included days and weeks of pain and sickness. But what also followed, the many blessings that I felt and the wonderful experiences that I had, would not have happened without a resolve to not be done. It's as Abraham Lincoln said, always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. So my charge today to you is simply this: resolve this day to not be done. Resolve this day to not be done. But to ensure you don't have any false notions, let me be very clear about something. I've been where you are, and it's easy to look at the person on the stage and say, yeah, but, as if I or anyone else, somehow has a superpower that you don't. Nope. No superpowers here. You and I are not so different. Well, okay, I'm confident I love 80s music much more than you do. Who doesn't love a little Michael Jackson? But beyond that, we are remarkably similar. The real secret to this resolve is simply committing that you will fight today for tomorrow and tomorrow for the next. And then actually doing just that. It's as SpongeBob SquarePants said, run, Mr. Krabs, run like you're not in a coma. And where will that take you? As Dr. Seuss stated so well, oh, the places you will go. Resolve this day to not be done. And in the days and weeks to come, when life may bring you challenges, you really only have to look at yourself and the example you have set for yourself and for all of us to maintain that resolve. You have already accomplished so much in the face of life's challenges. And given what you've been able to do with all that you've faced, I'd like to take a moment to recognize some of you, our graduates. So if you are currently serving or have served our country in the military, or you will be entering military service upon graduation, would you stand and let us recognize you today? We thank you for all who serve. We know we have some watching on video. If you are engaged in conference, state, regional, or national competitions in athletic or academic events during your college career, would you stand and let us recognize you? If today you're earning a degree and you're age 25 or older, would you stand? Thank you. If you held a job, either part-time or full-time, in order to support yourself while paying for college and completing your degree, would you stand? Thank you. If today you become the first in your family to earn a college degree, would you stand? Thank you. And if you are here today and you worked hard and managed to earn your degree in the midst of and despite a global pandemic, would you stand and let us celebrate you? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to leave you with one final thought. Today, when we leave this arena and you take your mule to the Old Town Road and you ride it till you can't no more, do remember this. We will always be here for you. Graduates, we are so proud of you. Congratulations and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Best. I am now pleased to introduce Dr. Michael Sawyer, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, who will give his remarks.
Good morning, class of 2020. As we commemorate your accomplishments, I'd like you all to think back to who you were, to what was going on in your life when you decided to apply to UCM. Think about how much the world has changed since then, and how much you've changed. One thing that you all have in common is that you are better prepared now for whatever may come next than you were then. That is a primary sign of your success. We are all proud of you. Getting a college degree requires sacrifice of effort, of money, of your most precious resource, time. For most of you, this was not just a personal sacrifice, but a family one. You will find that it was worth it. What will you remember about your experience at UCM? Your friends, certainly. That professor who took the time to be invested in your future. Perhaps you'll remember the time when a pandemic caused all your classes to go online. You'll remember that these years saw you grow into a more confident person, changing your life in sometimes unexpected ways. What I hope you remember is us. You may not have realized when you came here that you were gaining a family, a permanent community. I didn't quite get it either when I joined the faculty at UCM, but I understand now that all of these people and all of you, wherever you may go, represent as real a community as any on a map. It's a community we continually build together with earnest effort and mutual care and respect. Your accomplishment in graduating is worth celebrating as the end of one phase of your life, but it is also the beginning of a lifelong task. So I ask you to consider the greater context of society and your role in it, the trajectory of where we have been and where we are going. 100 years ago, in 1920, the world had only recently emerged from what was at the time the worst military conflict in history. They were also on the tail end of a pandemic that killed 50 million people. Yet in spite of those incredibly difficult circumstances, people felt a sense of hope. Periodicals from the time reflect a forward-looking society. When people were asked to speculate about the future, about what the world would look like 100 years later, their answers show they got a lot of things right. A more educated populace, ubiquitous electricity, travel by flight, robots that could vacuum your house, screens that you could make telephone calls on and see who you are talking to. They really got that one right. It's odd to think that only a year ago, the term zoomed out was just a photography reference. As for what they got wrong, while we have seen massive improvements in science and public health, lifespans have not yet reached the predicted 150 years. We don't have the ability to control weather with technology. Flying public transit, yes, but personal flying transit only if you're very wealthy. And an end to pandemics, as we all know, not quite yet. So I ask you, class of 2020, what change will the next 100 years bring? What will the world look like in 2120? Looking so many generations ahead, it's impossible to predict with any precision what will happen. But your generation and those that follow aren't just guessing about the future. You have a role in it. You all will decide the path we follow as a global society. Will we finally see that 150-year lifespan or an end to pandemics? Personal flying vehicles. I have been ready for a flying car since I was 10. My own prediction, one I'm confident in, is that we will be preparing for the sesquicentennial of the University of Central Missouri. I was an English major in college. I still had to look up the word for 250th anniversary. What you do with your life helps determine where we go as a society. Making a difference in the world is not a privilege of the educated. It is a responsibility. You are a citizen not just of your hometown or state or even country, but of the world. You structure your own definition of success. It can and should reflect that which benefits you and your loved ones, but it should also benefit others in whatever way best fits your skills. Volunteer, give to charity, stay engaged, make every effort to understand other people and other cultures and other beliefs. Combining your sharpened intellectual skills with an understanding that recognizes and respects cultural complexity helps you to contribute to the well-being of everyone around you. Remember that philanthropy is not purely a question of altruism. Contributing to the greater good brings greater good to you. I cannot wait to see you shape our future. Congratulations, graduates.
The presentation of the Charno Award is a long-standing tradition at the University of Central Missouri. This award was established in 1940 by George Charno Sr. The selection of the recipients of the Charno Award is made each year by a committee of students and faculty members on the basis of citizenship, scholarship, leadership, and general contributions to campus life. As I present one of the recipients of the Charno Award for 2020, I will ask that he come forward. The recipient of the Charno Award for 2020 is Cole Fine of Overland Park, Kansas, who majored in political science with a concentration in public law and theory with a minor in legal studies. After the presentation, Cole will give remarks.
Thank you all for being here this morning. I can promise you there are some people on the stage behind me thinking, oh God, what is Cole about to say? And it's not gonna be that bad. So, my name is Cole Fine. I'm very honored to be the recipient of this award. I'd like to start off by saying we are just 19 days away from the end of 2020, and it can really only get better from here. So please hang in there. We're almost there. It's been a crazy year, but the work of the faculty, the staff, the administration has been really great. I know they're doing great work, and COVID and any pandemic is tricky because there's never a right answer. And so I do commend them on their work and what they have done to keep UCM so great. I would like to take a quick moment to recognize Hannah Breedlove, who was the female winner of the Charno Award and all of her great accomplishments, as well as the previous winners and previous candidates. I've had the pleasure to know a lot of the previous winners, and to even be under the same distinction as them is truly an honor. So I commend all of them on their accomplishments. So I came to UCM 4 years ago because it was the closest flight school to my house. I wanted to be a pilot, that was my goal. And so I got on Google and I said, flight schools near Kansas City, and I ended up here. I wasn't too interested in what the college life had to offer. I wasn't interested in the school. I came here to be a pilot. And I quickly learned that something was gonna have to change. I changed my major about 3 months into the beginning of my freshman year, and I haven't looked back since. This place has been really great to me. Some of the people behind me are just terrific. Dr. Shari Bax has had the opportunity to serve as my advisor, my supervisor, and my instructor, and just a handful of roles on campus, and I appreciate all that she has done for me. Beth Rutt is back there. Beth is someone I strive to be more like on a daily basis, always putting other people first, and it is truly an honor to have worked with her. President Roger Best, as well as the entire administration, David Pierce, and so many others around this campus. So I spent the last 4 years of my time here very involved. I was running around and going from meeting to meeting, class to class. I was living vicariously through the calendar that I kept on my phone and always going one way or another. And that was a great experience. I really did enjoy that. But the most valuable lesson I learned from going one place to another and never slowing down was that I am a textbook overthinker. I would overthink every assignment, every decision, and really just everything in my life. And what I learned from that is that there is actually very, very little in my life that I need to stress about, and I found myself stressing about everything under the sun. And so I passed that realization on to you today, that there is not a whole lot that you really need to spend your time and energy worrying about. I would let a flat tire ruin my day, a bad grade would ruin my week, and when the line at Taco Bell was backed up to 13 Highway, it ruined my entire month. So that was tough for me. My experiences taught me networking, it taught me policy, it taught me management and budgeting, but really it taught me the value of taking a step back and just living in the moment. I was so caught up in going from place to place that I failed to really live in the moment and absorb everything that was happening around me. So as we go out and start our careers in what is one of the most unprecedented times in our history, I urge you to really take a step back, and if things don't go your way today or tomorrow or this week, spending time worrying and stressing about when things are gonna get better is not the best use of your time, and it is not the best use of your energy. I will leave you with my favorite quote from my favorite show, which is NBC's The Office. At the last episode, Andy Bernard states, "I wish there was a way to know we were in the good old days before you've actually left them." And I don't have the answer to that, and I will get back to you when I do. But in these difficult times, I urge you to prioritize your family, your friends, and most importantly, yourself. And to really just take a step back. You've all overcome so much. Simply sitting here today with all that we have been through in the past year and having a degree down there that bears your name is really a great accomplishment. And so I ask you to live in the moment, pursue your goals, take risks, don't stress, find what makes you happy, and then chase it. Thank you.
Side
Among our baccalaureate students are those who have excelled in their studies and earned the highest respect of the faculty. In your program, under the section entitled Undergraduate Academic Honors, you will find an explanation of these classifications. Those students with honors will be recognized as their names are read and they cross the platform later in the ceremony. At this time, however, it gives me great pleasure to recognize the students who have achieved a perfect grade point average of 4.0. Students, please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all have been recognized. Audience, please hold your applause until all students have been named. Samantha J. Brookshire of Centerview, Missouri, has earned a Bachelor of Science degree with a major in Communication Studies. Shelby Elizabeth Davis of Warrensburg, Missouri, has earned a Bachelor of Science degree with a major in Communication Studies. Please join me in recognizing these outstanding achievements. Thank you. You may be seated. Graduates, on behalf of the faculty, let me also congratulate you for a job well done. This is a very important day. President Best, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Central Missouri, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates for the fall 2020 commencement. These students, as officially listed and notified, have qualified for degrees offered by the university. Candidates, please stand as your respective degree is announced and remain standing until all groups have been named and degrees conferred. Audience, please hold applause until all candidates are standing. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree please stand? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree please stand? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Music and Bachelor of Music Education degrees please stand? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science and Education degree please stand? Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please stand? President Best, it is my privilege to present these candidates to you for the conferring of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Missouri and through the Board of Governors of the University of Central Missouri, I do hereby confer upon each of you the degree for which you have qualified, with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations. Would you help us welcome our newest members of Mule Nation? Graduates, you may be seated. It's now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Derek Wiseman, a 2011 graduate and distinguished alumnus of the University of Central Missouri, who will greet our newest alumni.
Good morning, class of 2020. My name is Derek Wiseman. I graduated from here what seems like just yesterday, but according to Dr. Best, it's been almost a decade now, which is tough to believe. Since that time, I've spent a lot of time in my career serving as a federal prosecutor in St. Louis, Missouri, where I prosecuted everything from violent street gangs to transnational cartels. And every step along the way in my career, I've used the knowledge, the skills, and more importantly, the judgment that I earned right here at the University of Central Missouri. Today, it is my distinct honor to welcome each and every one of you to an incredible network of alumni, including thousands of mules and ginnies across the world. This alumni network, it's known as Mule Nation, and it has meant so much to me, both personally and professionally. You see, as mules and ginnies, we are taught the value of community. And it's my hope today that as you leave here, you carry that with you. That you're not only active and engaged in our alumni community, but our broader community as well. As I stand here today, after a long and trying year, I am reminded, as I often am, of my grandmother, a woman who lived through difficult times herself, who persisted through poverty and the Great Depression. Looking out at you now, I vividly remember my own graduation, where I sat right where you're seated. I looked up at my grandmother and saw her beaming down with pride. And as much as I wish that I could relive that day, as hard as I try to freeze that moment, I take solace in her steadfast guidance. You see, she taught me the same values of humility, of service, of community that were reinforced every single day here at the University of Central Missouri. My simple request to each of you today is the same one that my grandmother made of me. It's to do something every day that advances a cause that's bigger than yourself. To serve your country, your state, your city, your neighborhood, your church, your family, or your friends. Living by this simple maxim has never been more important, it's never been more necessary than it is right now. One of the most remarkable things about this place that we all call home, that I've found over the years to be consistent and true, are the sheer number of people who come from here, who go on to find their purpose through serving others. This world needs that now more than ever. It needs you. So, class of 2020, I think you've gotten all the encouragement you need. I know you're going to do incredible things. Please keep the Alumni Foundation updated of your wild successes. We want to hear about it. Congratulations, graduates. Go on and do great things. Thank you.
Olowafunmito o Pemipo Akano. Sarah Alley. Kellen Robert Atkins. Tierra L. Austin. Grant M. Barnum, Jr.
John Chasen Brown. Crystal Brown Bishop. Anthony W. Bulk. Robert Aaron Caton. Kirsten E. Clark, cum laude. Emily Ann Coffin.
Stacy Darnella Cole. Nadia H. Corona, summa cum laude. Shelby Elizabeth Davis, summa cum laude. Erica Elaine Edmiston. Brianna Grace Enns. Savannah D. Evanoff, cum laude.
Megan Evers, summa cum laude. Scott L. Flowers. Christina Michaela Yabwe Quay Foster, summa cum laude. Tanae A. Gales. Sandra Garcia.
Jocelyn Lauren Gaydon. David Gildehouse. Reagan Ray Dish. Brianna Marie Glanville, summa cum laude. Dalton C. Grafton. Julia Ann Green.
Brittany E. Griffin. Kayla L. Haas, cum laude. Kathleen Laverne.
Dalton Evan Jose Leal, summa cum laude. Tony Rochelle Manzo, cum laude. Adriana Lynn Mildren. Corey A. Mills. Megan Elizabeth Mitchum, summa cum laude.
Alexandria Peyton Moore, summa cum laude. Olivia Leigh Motzinger, cum laude. Colby Muller. Erica Renee Oliver. Caitlin A. Oren. Emily Patterson, cum laude.
Shelby Renee Peters, cum laude. Nicholas H. Precht. Blake Allen Proctor. Luke D. Rex. Stephanie Jane Rogers, magna cum laude. Megan Mary Schowicker, summa cum laude.
Mackenzie Lane Schlogel. Devin Michael Schmidt. Austin David Shaneborn, summa cum laude. Brianna Joy Schrock, cum laude.
Armani Michael Leroy Schumpert. Barry Schumpert. Alexandria Nicole Simon. Boanne Smith. Ryan Thomas Smith, cum laude.
Peter Daniel Spexarth. Noah Stump. Carly K. Taylor. Tyler Nathan Thompson, magna cum laude. Abby L. Upshaw, cum laude. Taylor Nicole Wiseman, cum laude. Danielle S. Zamar, summa cum laude.
How about we give our graduates another round of applause? So we at the University of Central Missouri recognize that our students and our graduates today would not have been successful without considerable help all along the way. You all in the audience have obviously played a significant role in helping our graduates reach this milestone this morning. So it's now our turn and their turn to show appreciation for you. So if you're a parent, a grandparent, a spouse, a child, or just a supporter of our graduates, would you stand and let us honor you? Graduates, again, congratulations.
Audience, leading us in the singing of the alma mater is UCM's concert choir. Please stand.
Vision
Would the audience please be seated? And remain seated throughout the recessional. Guests will be released by sections to promote social distancing. Please remain seated until your section is released. Your graduates will greet you outside the building following the recessional. This concludes the Fall 2020 Undergraduate Commencement Ceremony. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, guests in the south stands, I'm going to ask that those of you in the far half, please use the doors in the southeast corner of the building to exit. And then those of you that are closest to the platform, I'm going to ask that you please use the doors in the southwest corner to exit the building. Those of you that are in the upper section, I'm going to ask that you go to the stairwell closest to where you are and then use those doors to exit, please. And then those of you that are in our lower section north stands, if you are on the further half, I'm going to ask that you go ahead and use our east doors. And then if you're on this part of the lower section, I'm going to ask that you go ahead and use our west doors. Thank you very much for being here.